What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the M Brothers podcast. We are your hosts. I am Christian, and
Danny.
how have you been? How's your week been, my brother?
Good. Week's been pretty good.
That's good. How's your eating continuing?
Good. Great.
Good?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. That's
Same.
good.
Have
Have you felt a difference?
I have, kind of.
Yeah.
More like I'm feeling less bloated.
Yeah.
'Cause last week I felt super just like inflamed.
Yeah.
So this week I'm feeling a lot less bloated.
Mm-hmm.
Weight's still not going down as fast as I'd like, but that's just it's just the name of the game.
Yeah.
You know, gotta love the journey more than the destination. And
Right.
I got my eyes on the destination when I should be focused on
Hey, it takes time.
on the journey.
It takes time.
So the week's been good.
Yeah.
Gym, 5 days
Nice.
this week. Clean eating for the most part.
Uh-huh. No weekend binge. No, nothing like that.
Yesterday, went to go see Final Destination.
Uh-huh.
We'll talk about that. Had a Chick-fil-A sandwich. That was my only meal of the day yesterday.
Shit. Okay. Or crispy or grilled though.
I had the crispy,
Okay.
spicy crispy deluxe.
Okay.
That was the only thing.
Yeah.
Like literally,
The only thing you had all day?
only thing I had all day.
Okay. Yeah, it's not that bad. You went to the gym though,
I
too,
went to the
right?
gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Went to the gym, ran a mile just to see if I still could because, as we spoke about yesterday, I am doing the race, and we'll get to if you're doing it or not. You don't have to answer yet. Keep the people waiting. But that was just like, let me realistically see if I can actually still do this or not. Did it easily. You know, I was still able to continue. I was gonna go for to try to see until I couldn't anymore. I was not wearing the right shoes for that.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, I did about 1.25 miles nonstop. And I know during the race, I'm not gonna do that because it's like a 1/4 mile, then an obstacle, then another obstacle, the quarter, type shit.
Shit, you might have to wait for me. I have no idea if I could do a full run.
You haven't.
Yeah, I haven't. Like, I could walk, obviously, and I walked for 25 minutes at some point.
Yeah.
Speed walking. So, and then no knee problems. But, like, obviously, running is a whole different kind of game right there when it comes to having a fucked up knee or having a fucked up back at that point, too.
Yeah.
So, it's just like, let's see what happens.
Yeah. So, that was good. Saturday, Friday. That was yesterday. Saturday was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Friday was my grandpa's birthday party. Had like 2 drinks.
Nice.
And little piece of chicken with some mastichole.
Yeah. So it's not.
I didn't even
not terrible kind of thing.
I didn't even finish it.
Oh shit.
And that was pretty much all I ate besides my lunch at work.
Yeah.
So it was like.
And you went to the gym though.
Yeah, I didn't binge. I got hungry. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get a piece of chicken and
I understand that.
mastichole or whatever.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't trying to drink, but I didn't want to be like
an antisocial and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so I had one mixed drink in one of those like little wine cooler things. It wasn't a wine cooler. It was like the
seltzers,
like the margarita seltzers.
I
forget what they're called. Cayman Jacks, I think they're called.
What the fuck?
They're tequila ones or some shit. Pretty good. They're not like carbonated really like the other ones. But besides one, I had like one of those. I don't know if you guys can hear the train, but they're so fucking disrespectful right now.
I know, right? Delivering our goods, pieces of shits.
That's pretty much all I had.
Yeah.
I have no desire to drink.
No?
No.
I kind of pulled away from drinking the last 4 weeks. Like, I have a drink here and there. Like, let me rephrase that. Last time I had a drink was like 2 weeks ago. And it was at the casino. And that's it. It's like I have 2 beers in my fridge. I haven't finished them yet. And they've been the last 2 beers for a while.
I had the last time I drank was when we went out for Fernando's birthday, when we all went to karaoke. And again, I had maybe 2 or 3 drinks. I think we had high noon. I think we got like a bucket with half beer, half high noons or some shit. And like that was all I had.
Yeah.
Like,
well, Rick, my uncle, he kind of stopped drinking a lot too. So he said that he's only like casual drinking when we're like when you're out or when it's like a group thing.
Like, yeah.
And I was like, not that I was like, yeah, I want to do that too. It's just like it kind of just happened to where it's just like I don't want to drink right now, kind of thing. And then as I'm going back into the gym, it's like the drinking is just like I'm not leaning towards drinking.
Right.
Like even food wise too. It's like this whole week we haven't gotten anything out. We didn't order anything. So I'm like, that's pretty fucking. I feel accomplished basically.
Right.
And like I went to the gym 4 times this week.
Nice.
Last week was I think 2 or something like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. It's a better accomplishment today.
Right.
I feel pretty good on it. Strength is almost back there because I guess I know it's only been like 3-4 weeks that I've been kind of going back a little bit.
Yeah.
But I already feel and see that my body's already like, all right, look, I'm used to this. I remember this. Now let me change back to this kind of thing. And just being the bloatedness is going away. Like all the sweating by the time I'm done, I'm just like, man, I feel leaned out. I feel good.
Yeah.
Then after I'm like, man, I feel sore as a motherfucker, but I feel good. I don't know. It's been pretty good. Even with my discipline of going, last time I blew it off for UFC. There was UFC on yesterday.
Okay.
And it was a UFC fight night. I don't know if you know the difference. Fight night is when you could watch the prelims and the main card
for free.
For free, yeah. And then obviously pay-per-view, you have to pay for the pay-per-view. So pay-per-view was last week. I did the whole fuck it, let me just watch the prelims and then go to the gym. This week as the main event was going on, I'm like, I kind of want to go to the gym. And it wasn't hard for me to be like, I don't want to go.
Right.
I just want to be here, lay down with them. By this time, it was 8 o'clock. I still haven't slept. So I still went to the gym with no sleep, took 2 scoops of pre-workout and some hydraulic, and fucking, I killed it. So I don't know if my dedication is back a little bit.
Right.
Haven't been listening to music at the gym. I've been doing the whole bodybuilding motivation thing. All them old videos 5, 6, 7 years ago now. I remember when I started watching them, they were like 2 years old.
I remember I used to put those on while I was lifting.
Yeah.
They work.
Yeah. Just hearing not the whole hearing somebody talk like a podcast thing, but obviously they're like
just words of encouragement.
Yeah, they're putting that some of them, I guess some of them that I'm listening to, they're putting that they're making you turn on that switch a little bit.
Like that fire.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
And I don't know if I needed help turning on the switch ever since I had Mia. I'm just like, man, I feel the good workout sometimes, but I want that psychoness that I could switch on that I used to switch on.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. We spoke about this months and months ago, where I was like, I can't flip the switch anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, it's harder now to
it's like you're too happy to flip it or something like that. So it's just like that's where I was. I think that's why I couldn't focus on more than 2 or 3 days at the gym for the last month and a half. Because I kept on trying to go, but it was like, whatever. It was
something kept pulling you back.
Yeah, it was
home.
And I'm just like, okay, I'm good. It was a good workout, but it wasn't a good workout.
Your mind was elsewhere.
Yeah.
Kind of and stuff.
So this week and last week, I'm like, man, let me try switching back to the bodybuilding motivation shit. And like I said, like last week, I was kind of like trying to find my groove. Still went back to music, went back to Slipknot or whatever. And then this week, all 4 workouts were done with the bodybuilding music, and it was just one of those like that shit was fucking done, dead. Like I feel fucking, I'm zoned in. I'm honed down. Fucking, I'm killing that shit. I'm killing myself basically, and I'm like, man, I miss that shit so much. So like, that's why I think the dedication of me getting to the gym right now is like there.
Yeah, I think my relationship with music is like the same as like everything else, where it's like a little bit of healthy distance from it is healthy, you know, because it makes me appreciate it so much more when I go back and listen to it. Mm-hmm. Like, obviously you live with your wife, you know, and your daughter, you love them, you know, more than anything in the world. Those hours that you got to go to work and you get away from them, though, makes you appreciate them and want to be around them even more. Oh, yeah. You know, it's not that you want to be away from them. Yeah. But a little bit of separation is healthy. Yeah. Because it makes you appreciate it and love them even that much more. Mm-hmm.
Sorry to cut you off. The same thing. That's why when I heard something on a podcast, I don't even remember hearing where I heard it, but it's one of those that they said that with your significant other, you're texting them all day, telling them how your day is going, telling them what's going on with your day. And by the end of the day, when you guys meet up with each other at home after work, you guys have nothing to talk about. And because of phones, they took that
connection,
the connection, the one-on-one human connection at the end of the day with your partner. And I'm glad that me and her text, but we're like
you're not having conversations.
We're not having that like, oh, what's going on day by day conversation kind of thing. When we get home or when I get home with her, I'm just like, oh, yeah, this happened. She tells me what happened when this happened. And we leave that for when we get home. So when I get home sometimes from work, it's like we're having an hour-long conversation, laughing, giggling, and all that stuff. Right. And before I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go to the gym or like, oh, she wants to go shower or something like that. And I'm like, man, I'm glad that us being separated, we could still come back and have like that one-on-one time. Yeah. And then like how you said too, like when you being separated, you want to be next to them more when you do go to them. Yeah. And that's some of the shit you got to look for in life right there. Yeah. Because that's some of the shit that makes you keep on going too.
That's been nice. Shit. Not just fucking. But yeah, exactly. Like, and that's how it is with like pretty much anything. Because if you get too much of something, like, you know, every single day, no matter what it is, no matter how much you love it, it can get to be too much. Yeah. You know, just like binge watching a show. Like, how many times have we both binge watched through like the first 5 seasons of a show, and then we're just like, I don't want to continue watching this. And you take like a year off, and you're like, fuck, I want to go back to that fucking show again.
And then when you go back, you do I'm going to start where I'm at, or you fuck up and be like, I'm going to just start all over.
Right. And then you stop at like the same point or just a little farther. And then again, it's the same fucking thing, which is why I haven't finished The Walking Dead.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
I went through the first like 3.5 seasons or 4 seasons in like less than a month, and then I just got burned out through it.
But they're just so good though. The first couple seasons of that, great. Or like if you like a show so much, you're like the first couple seasons is where it brought you in at the beginning, so you're just like, I'm here for it no matter what. Yeah. And then when it gets to the new stuff, you're like, this is kind of stupid. You're like, but let me just keep on watching. Yeah. All right, new show now.
And like I started rewatching Arrow, and I started at season 2. Yeah. I only started at season 2. I love season 1 as well, but I started at season 2 because I started seeing clips on Instagram and TikTok of season 2. And I'm like, man, season 2 is such a good season. Let me start watching it. Yeah. So I started watching season 2, and those seasons are long. They're like 23 episodes. Damn. That was back in the day of good TV.
That's true.
When there was
23 weeks of good TV. Yeah. No, on this day, I know I expect something good.
You know, for the next fucking however many months that is that you're gonna get a show. Yeah. Finished season 2, 3. I'm on season 4 right now, but then I burned myself out.
You're just like, all right, I'm done.
Like, I was watching it like every day after work. I would have my meal here, I would put it on, just, you know, slowly eat my food as I'm watching the show, watch 2-3 episodes a night for bed. And then I just got burned out. I'm like, fuck, man. I forget what's going on right now. It's season 4. Oh, it's the Hive season with Damon Dark.
Okay.
Pretty good season, but it's just...
You just burnt yourself out?
Yeah, I just burned myself out.
Yeah, I'm going through I think there's 3 or 4 shows that I'm like kind of rotating. One of them's Walking Dead, The Warrior on HBO, and on Netflix now too, but originally from HBO. Really good show. If you like fighting and shit like that. The Warrior, Sopranos. I had to, I burnt myself out. It was like, I think it's like 8, 9 seasons or something like that. By season 3, I was smashed through season 3 in like a month. Never seen this show before.
Yeah.
And just getting up to season 3, I'm just like, kind of don't want to watch this anymore. I'm tired of seeing him.
Right.
Nothing against James Gandolfini. He's a good actor. The show's good, but I'm just like, kind of want to watch something else.
Yeah, you went through it way too fast, kind of. Yeah.
So, but like, I don't know. It's like shows, you just kind of gotta separate yourself.
Yeah. Which is also like, as much as I, when streaming started and, we got all the episodes at once, it was great. He was like, oh my God, all the episodes at once. And then when they went back to like the week to week, I was like, fuck. But now I'm like kind of appreciating the week to week because I get to watch the episode and then you get to talk about it.
Like Daredevil.
Yeah.
I think, I think actually, was it Disney who started doing the week to week thing first?
No, I mean, it was the other streamers, I think. Well, like everybody except for Netflix pretty much started doing the week to week.
Even HBO with the Penguin and all that.
Yeah.
But it gave you something to like look forward to at the end of the week or whenever it came out. I liked it.
Yeah, and it gives people a chance to watch them, know, because like some people may watch the whole season in one day and then it just ruins it for everybody else.
Some people only could watch one.
Right.
Or some people, they still ruin it with the fucking episodes. When do you even said during Yellowstone, you would have to not go on social media until you watch it because
people just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And people will like, if it came out at 8 o'clock, spoilers are already at like fucking 9:05.
Yeah. As soon as the episode's over, they're already.
Or during the fucking episodes, like, commercial break, let me put this on.
Same thing happened with Sinners. Like, it came out, Thursday, officially Friday.
Yeah.
But, from Thursday. I believe I saw it on Friday. And as soon as I left the theater, like, when I got home and started scrolling on social media, I was already seeing videos of people recording from the movie theater, obviously, because that's the only way you can get it, showing the biggest plots from the movie and the biggest spoilers from the movie and everything like that. I'm just like, God damn, it hasn't even been out for a full 24 hours yet. Like, there's no respect with media and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know. None of this was even planned.
No,
part of the conversation.
Like I said, just
fucking remember
through our week and shit like that.
But speaking of movies and stuff like that, I saw Final Destination.
Yeah. How was it?
Yesterday. Really good, actually. It's very different than all the other ones.
Yeah.
In the sense that, like, without giving too much away, this isn't gonna be my open spoiler or anything like that. But as the other ones go, there's usually one kid. He has the premonition. He stops it, and then throughout the movie, each one of them is pretty much like killed off.
Yeah.
Right.
Because death always finds a way and shit like that. Yeah.
In this one, death is after the generations of people. So the original person that had the vision was back in the 50s.
Oh shit.
She ended up saving everybody. There were so many people that, death took his, there were so many people that death couldn't reach at that certain point. So each one of them ended up having kids and stuff like that and families.
Yeah.
So you find out that, death has been making his way through the list in order of people that were going to die, as he usually does in the other movies.
Yeah.
And now it's finally reached this certain family, and now it's their time, pretty much. So it's not like like all the other ones where random person has the vision, sees what's gonna happen,
right,
and stops everything. It's
It's a family thing.
Yeah,
now?
it's more of like a story.
Yeah.
More as opposed to just like random occurrence of somebody. But the deaths were fucking awesome.
Okay, yeah, nice. So they do go gory on it.
They do gory. They do a lot of like visual effects.
Yeah.
And they're just cool. Like I won't give it away, but I'll give one thing that kind of happens. They're in a hospital, right? And they turn on an MRI machine. You know what an MRI machine is, right? It's pretty much a big ass magnet, kind of.
Yeah.
And the thing's pretty much going on overload. And all I'm gonna say is there's a guy who's got a nose ring, earrings, nipple rings, and a dick ring, and a big ass magnet.
Damn. Everything got pulled off.
Awesome. And that's not even how he died.
I'm like, he can't die from that. He's just in a lot of pain.
But the way he dies, it was so brutal. I'm not going to give it away.
Shit. Okay.
But it was...
Diana wants to go watch this, so I think if we don't go to the casino, we might have to go.
Yeah, I recommend watching it. It's pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of funny parts too, kind of.
Funny
like,
deaths,
just funny kind of like situations, and shit like that.
You're just like, come on, really?
Yeah,
kind of those.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it gonna win any Oscars? No, but
does it connect all? It supposedly connects all of them together and shit like that.
My theory is that like all the other movies were connected to somebody else that was on that original thing where it stopped. Where the original person stopped all the deaths. I don't know if that's been confirmed. That's how I'm choosing to see that it's connected, you know? Because there was like hundreds and hundreds of people up there on that original thing that got stopped.
Yeah.
So they could be connected that way, you know? But I don't believe that's been confirmed.
Okay. You'll probably see it on TikTok now that you're talking about and shit.
But really good movie. Recommend.
Nice.
There are some parts where like you see the shit happen, so it's just like, ooh, like.
Yeah, it's all right. I grew up watching the cartel cutting off the fucking heads of people.
But yeah. Do you have anything else before we talk about the? Oh, you wanted to talk about the.
Oh, the Lilo and Stitch movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I said, I told you, it was just a rant that I might go on that I was thinking about, and I'm just like, I don't feel like they are promoting the Lilo and Stitch as they were promoting Snow White. Because when I remember when Snow White was coming out, it was like every 5-10 minutes a commercial. I would just see a Snow White commercial.
Okay.
Hundreds of times. And then out of nowhere it just stopped. The Snow White commercial because she fucked up. She a dumb bitch. She is really a fucking cunt. I don't know if you've seen anything on her.
I don't really try to keep up with it.
But you just kind of see when people talk about her and shit like that. And yeah, she's like a big time cunt. To where she will on video say that she's a very nice person kind of thing and be a nice person.
Right.
But when it comes to like real people kind of thing, she just becomes like a fucking douche.
Yeah. I can touch me, cunt.
Yeah. Touch me, cunt. And it's like she even, I think on her play that she's doing like some kind of play thing right now.
Okay.
Like a live play. Like even her and the director is known for like to be well to work with. Like he's one of them like, okay, everyone can work with him.
Right.
Right now, her and him are not talking. They're not on talking terms. And like I said, if you get on non-talking terms with a director that's well known to work well with everyone, I'm gonna assume that you the cunt.
You're the problem.
Yeah. And then she had to get escorted too off one of the situations that were happening. So I'm just like,
that's a shame, really, because I liked her in Shazam, in the second Shazam movie.
Where was she in Shazam?
She was a girl that was dating the little cripple boy. The cripple boy. She was like one of the gods or whatever. She was playing as like a high school teenager, and she was talking to the one that has the crutches and stuff like that.
So she was in it. I don't remember her being in it.
Yeah, in the second one.
Okay. Well, I don't remember her at all. Honestly, I'm just like
that movie wasn't very worth remembering.
Yeah.
Anyways, I liked it.
Well,
I enjoyed it. It just wasn't really.
Yeah, I enjoyed it, but when it comes to like the girl actors, the only one that I really remember is the
girl Shazam.
That one. That's the only one I'm like, and then I don't remember her, and I'm just like, she was in it. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, but and then like in what was it? She was in some other movie. Y2K. Yeah, she did it on Netflix. Okay. Did fucking trash. Snow White did trash.
Yeah,
because she made it trash. Nobody liked what she was saying when it was coming out and shit.
She looked weird too.
She did look weird.
But
yeah, so I feel like they weren't promoting it. They're not Lilo and Stitch, they weren't promoting it as much as they were promoting Snow White. And I started thinking, I'm like, one or two things in my head. When it comes to the Snow White, they were like, well, this is Snow White, it's bigger or whatever. Let's promote not to sound racist, but let's promote the white people more.
Hawaiian.
No, Snow White.
Oh, I'm like, what are you talking?
No, and then that's why they're not promoting the Lilo and Stitch one. So,
no good.
But like actual Disney promoting it. I've seen commercials on Spam and King's Hawaiian Roll talk about Lilo and Stitch more than actual Disney commercial talking about fucking Disney, the Lilo and Stitch movie more. And that's just me. Like I said, I could be wrong.
I don't know. I'm not saying you're wrong because obviously what you've seen is what you've seen, and what you haven't seen is what you haven't seen, and stuff like that. I mean, I feel like it's been marketed pretty okay. I don't watch as much TV as you, so I don't know if it's been marketed on commercials as much.
That's what I'm saying. The only way I was able to find, I'm like, oh shit, it's coming out next week.
Or just commercials?
When it was a commercial on King's Hawaiian Roll. That's why I was like, it was like, oh yeah, I have the King's Hawaiian Roll. They had the little rolls and Stitch was fucking them all up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that's funny. I'm like, that's cute. Oh, coming out May 28th. I'm like, or May 28th or something like that.
Yeah. It comes out next week.
Yeah, May 23rd. Yeah. And I'm like, I looked at Dan and I'm like, fucking coming out next week? She's like, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, damn, what? I like I said, I saw the promotion commercial for food.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think, from what I've seen, I've seen a lot of promotion for it. But then again, the majority of the promotion I've seen is on social media,
right?
And because I've been going to the movies more recently this year than ever before, so I've seen it a lot on there. Also, I listen to a bunch of movie podcasts who are also talking about it. So for me, I've been hearing about Lilo and Stitch for like ever,
for a while. Yeah, but that's people having to talk about it, right?
But I don't know. I know Disney cares about this movie because they've put a lot of money into this movie.
Disney needs this movie to go good.
I think it's gonna be.
They need it. It's not gonna. They need it to go good. The way that Snow White bombed so hard.
They're fine. They're like a fucking couple.
Yeah, they're a $1 billion company, but
they're not stressed about that. I mean, I'm sure they're stressed about it.
They went negative on that Snow White.
They lost fucking $150 million on Snow White.
That was her fault too.
But I think Lilo and Stitch it's probably going to be the biggest movie of the year.
It has to be. I hope it is because Lilo and Stitch. If I can still watching the cartoons with my daughter sometimes. Still watched it before her.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't really been excited to see it. I love the animated movie. But I don't know. The trailers just haven't been doing it for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to see it. I just like, it's not one of those where I'm just like, oh yeah, fuck, it's going to go out this weekend, you know?
Yeah, I feel you on that.
But I can't really say if they have promoted it well or not because all the shit I see is on social media.
Yeah.
And
like on social media, I see it being promoted. I'm not going to score away from that. But like I said, on TV, I don't feel like they're promoting it like how they were promoting Snow White.
Yeah. Would you say the same thing about like Superman? Because I don't really see a lot of promotion. I don't see
shit on on TV.
Yeah.
Don't see any promotions. When you're sending the trailers are the only times I see it. Or on on Instagram.
Yeah.
That's the only time I'm seeing it.
Have you seen the trailer, the new one? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It's looking great.
Yeah, right.
I'm liking how they Guy Gardner fucking did the
like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I think I think they're doing better with the CGI with it. Like how you're just like, man, how come he just didn't do like that with the ring?
Yeah,
and you're kind of like starting to do the whole, why didn't Superman just fucking just punch him and he's gone and shit like that kind of thing. They're doing more of that, the real life, like how they would actually, how you would do it if you had the power kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm liking that.
I've seen a lot of people complaining about the first
part
of the trailer when he like gets up and he gets angry. And I'm like, do you guys know nothing about the character that you guys are claiming to love and stuff like that? Like,
what are they complaining about?
They're like, oh, Clark wouldn't act like this. He wouldn't get angry or like this and that. Like, yes, he would. Like, he in a lot of the media, especially with Lois, like he's very like he doesn't have to play that like that, dummy down role kind of. Even in Superman and Lois, him and Lois are going at each other's necks sometimes. And Lois always pushes him to that edge because she's the only person that can.
Right.
And she's a reporter, She's got to remain impartial and everything like that.
Yep.
And you can tell that in this scene, it's like he was going into it as a joke, Mm-hmm. He was like, "Oh, you're gonna let me interview you with Superman?" He's like, "Yeah, sure." And she immediately switched to professional. Yeah. This is a reporter. This is a reporter. This is the interview and stuff like that. I haven't gotten this before. I'm fucking go at you. And he's just chilling, thinking she's gonna throw him lowball questions. And he's like, "Whoa,
is this what we're talking about? Is this what we're talking about?
This is what we're gonna do. You're my girl."
Yeah,
like, what the fuck? And you can even see when he stands up, and she's like, "I don't know. I'm not the one being interviewed, Superman." Like she's like, "I'm not talking to Clark, motherfucker. I'm talking to the man. Sit your ass down." And
I think, like I said, I'm liking it. It's looking good.
Yeah, I
don't know how you're gonna get upset over that. It's like,
and they act like he fucking flipped the table over. Like he was just expressing himself. Like people were going to die. Like, what did you want me to do?
Yeah.
Just wait for the government to tell me that it was okay to go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. They act like he fucking like grabbed her by her neck and this and that, and just like.
He didn't beat her. Calm down.
God, like Lois is the one person he would never touch.
Right.
Like that,
I don't know. I didn't even put a thought to that. I was more of everything else around it. People are really fucking making a big deal about him getting upset,
raising his voice a little bit.
People were getting shot just because you fucking blinked their lights at someone.
And he didn't even use he raised a normal voice, and he didn't even scream. He just spoke with passion.
I don't know. People are pussies.
Yeah. We did get flagged for copyright for the last.
No way, did we?
Yeah. We didn't get in trouble or anything like that.
What do we?
Nothing.
Oh, for the Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
So I got to figure out how do people do that without getting
flagged
for copyright. I've seen a lot of people say that you have to talk during the trailer.
Yeah.
Or not to play the full trailer or something like that.
We didn't though.
We did play the full trailer.
Like, well, the full video wasn't played.
What do you mean?
Like, I stopped it like still a minute to go with the video.
No, there
or
was
like 30 seconds or something like that.
But I mean, like, we went continuously, you know.
But no, we stopped in the middle too.
I know, and I thought that would have broken it up, but it didn't. I guess it's got to be even
in pieces.
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
All right. Works. Well, if anybody
we didn't get in trouble or flagged. It just if we were monetized, that video wouldn't have been able to get monetized. Yeah, okay, we didn't get a flag or a strike or anything like that.
Shit.
Because I did end up putting. I don't know if you watched it, but I did end up putting the video. On the
nice.
screen
Did you?
With the audio and stuff like that.
Nice.
And I don't know how the fuck the YouTube thing does it, but like when it tells you a flag, it tells you which minutes, and it literally like the 2 snippets from the seconds that like the trailer is playing and stuff.
That's dope.
But
I know it's not good for us, right, but it's like it's pretty cool to be like, we got fucking flag. That's pretty cool.
So they did flag us on that one.
Nice.
So if we do that, I'll probably just play the video with no audio, or we'll have to speak during the interview like an actual reaction.
Yeah. Or can you do how I see other people do it? They put like a
disclaimer,
like a sound. Oh no, like some people put like a little square to like, because it's not the actual video, because there's like a square in the frame or whatever to disrupt. It's like they put literally a black square, or they put like their emblem kind of thing, and that's how it's like, okay, yeah, this is the video, but the video doesn't have this on there, so that's how it's like, that's how they go around. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got to figure something out. Yeah. I mean, it's not like we're doing a bunch of trailer reactions, but for the times that we do, I gotta figure out how to do it.
That's pretty cool. Like I said, it's not good that we got it, but it's cool that like they're acknowledging us.
Did you see the Ironheart trailer?
No.
Trash.
Is it?
I didn't like it.
Oh shit.
And it's a shame because like that was one of the things where like I wasn't excited for the show, but I was looking forward to watching it. Because she was introduced in Wakanda Forever. It's the girl that they go get from college, and she makes that suit and stuff like that. Ooh.
Excuse me. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember Wakanda Forever.
No, that's the one with Namor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I don't know.
It also wasn't really worth remembering.
It was not. I think because I think she made it not a good movie.
She shouldn't have been the Black Panther.
Yeah, and we talked about that.
Yeah. Should have been M'Baku or something.
Yeah, and he's gonna be back.
Yeah,
in Doomsday, which is dope. So, and she's gonna be back too, though.
Yeah, whatever. I watched the trailer. It came out the same day that the Superman trailer came out. It came out like at 9 a.m. and the Superman trailer came out like at 11 a.m. or something like that. So I was watching it. For me personally, there wasn't a single thing in the trailer I liked.
Wow.
I thought the dialogue was trash. I thought the acting was horrible. That's just me.
Yeah, hey.
I think Disney thinks the same because the show comes out in about a month or less.
Yeah.
And this is the first piece of anything that we've gotten for the show. So I
shit. Yeah.
I don't think Disney has a lot of faith in this. And they're dropping 3 episodes at once. And I think there's only 6 episodes total. Like, they're dropping half the season in one day. That's not a good sign.
Do you think they're just like,
I think it's one of those where it's like if they release one, they know it's not gonna
draw people in.
Right. If they release 2, they're like, okay. They're like, but if we release all 3, maybe the 3rd episode is when it starts getting good, and
that's bad.
You don't want people to continue the show, or I don't know, but releasing half the season in one drop when you've only got 6 episodes is not a good sign.
So is this gonna be is it gonna be canon? There you go.
Yeah, because she's a part of. She was obviously introduced in one of the movies.
Yeah,
and now her character this is pretty much the continuation of her character.
Is she gonna be in Doomsday?
I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know. I feel like everything that they're doing right now, they have to kind of put them in the big movies, no?
Well, I don't think so. Disney's come out and said that they're separating the TV from the movies.
Why?
One, probably because they want to keep their heavy hitters on screen, on the big screen or whatever. And two, because like not everybody watches the shows, you know. So just like how they did WandaVision and then Doomsday, WandaVision then and then Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
A lot of people were confused as to like what the fuck just happened here, because not everybody watched WandaVision, you know. So to have a story like begin on a TV show and then move on to the big screen, it just doesn't really make any sense. There's probably still going to have characters from the movies going to TV, but it's not going to be like a story where you have to watch one to get the other, you know?
Okay. I understand that. I have other thoughts on that, but I don't want to go on a rant.
Yeah, I mean, just like Hawkeye, the TV show,
right?
You know, that story isn't really like important to the overall movies, you know. But it does continue a couple of other shows, like stories,
right?
Now Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that TV show directly leads into a movie, and not everybody saw Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
right?
So now you got people, confused and wondering like, who the fuck is this Walmart Captain America fella,
right?
Right? What? Yeah, I forget his name.
Yes.
I knew his fucking name.
I understand that they're like, okay, who is he? Who is this Walmart guy? This Walmart captain?
I gotta remember his fucking name.
This Temu. Who's this Temu Captain America?
So disrespectful.
But the way that they were like, I'm basically oh damn, you fucked up. I'm basically the Captain America. And it's like they kind of threw little things on. Okay, like, oh, damn, he did this, he did that. They explained it enough to where it's like, okay, I know who he is.
I mean, kind of, but not really. Still, you know.
Yeah,
and then obviously, like,
I don't know. I feel like you could. I mean, have gone without watching.
You get enough of it.
Yeah,
but there's like other things too, where it's like they reference that he did something, that he killed somebody, but you don't get the impact of it without watching the show.
Right.
You know, you don't know that he did it with Steve's shield. You know?
But
you don't know that he did it as Captain America.
But he also says he threw in that shot of like, but was he a terrorist? So it kind of makes you think like, okay, so was he innocent? Sorry, yeah. Was he innocent? You're just like, okay, so he killed someone that wasn't innocent, was doing something. Me personally would be like, I kind of want to see what happened.
Yeah, and it might make you go watch the show again,
right? Or just go make you watch the show in general,
right? But for the people that just haven't or don't have Disney Plus, it's like, well, who is he and what did he do?
Yeah,
and why was it so bad? And then, you also have in Brave New World,
there's YouTube also.
Yeah, but like you don't want to have to do research in order to understand something, because then that's not good writing, you know? Like if you have to go do if you have to do some prior homework before going to watch a movie, like it's just not.
No, I'm not saying conducive. You have to do homework to watch the movie, but to actually like for this genre of comic book movies, I would think like hey, you have to have a little bit of an understanding. You can't just go and watch.
It would be like needing to watch Creature Commandos in order to understand Superman.
Right.
That's not a good model right there.
Yeah, I'm not saying like, oh, you need to watch this, but if it's one of those where it's like, hey, this happened, like in Creature Commandos, when they said like the star thing happened,
yeah,
it's like, okay, something happened in another movie to where some kind of star thing happened, but they kind of tell you what happened, like, oh, he died in the war during the star raid or whatever.
Right.
They kind of tell you what happened. Now, in your mind, you're like, well, let me kind of see what happened, or let me go back to see what happened. You don't need Disney Plus to go watch it.
I get that. But that's not that's like a throwaway little thing where it's like because it's not technically connected to the original to that movie. It's just having that something like that happened where he died. But if you're now introducing like certain things or characters or anything like that, like I'm trying to think of something. can't think of anything right now.
I would put it as you're gonna go.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Like prior to Endgame, you could watch. You could pick up any of one of those movies. You could start at Thor. You could start at the first Avengers movie, and you're not lost.
Right.
You know. You can. I've had people that have started their first movie that they watched out of all the MCU movies was Infinity War. And yes, they didn't get the background of the characters, but they weren't lost at all on the story, you know, because that's a movie in itself, where it's like the story is a closed story, where you don't need to know what the fuck Spider-Man was doing in his last movie. You don't need to know what Iron Man was doing in his last movie, or Captain America. You don't need to know any of these things.
You don't need to know, but when you realize why is Iron Man and Captain America separated? So when you think like, man, I kind of want to go back to see why they got separated, or why are these two groups just joining up, kind of thing.
Right. But like in the case of like Infinity War and stuff like that, like you don't need to know these things, but these are all things that have been in the movies leading up to this.
Right.
So like you don't have to do the research, but it's something that you would have been able to see leading up to it.
Right.
Whereas opposed if you start something like that in the TV shows that not everybody watches and not everybody has access to, now you're having to do homework with a show to go and understand a movie. That's all I'm saying, you know.
So basically, their good writing in Infinity War, they can't do the same good writing in other movies to the for the show to lead up to those movies?
I'm not saying they can't. I'm just saying they shouldn't, because not everybody's going to watch every single show.
Right.
And not every single show is going to be for everybody, you know? Like having to watch Ms. Marvel on Disney Plus to understand the Marvels that came out in theaters.
Right.
Like they didn't do really a good job of explaining to you like who this person is and why they're all mixed together. It just kind of picks up and you're supposed to know who they are. That's what I'm saying, you know?
See, and then that I think is bad writing.
Yeah.
Because what do they do with, I'm assuming when the Marvels came out, the one who got her powers in WandaVision, she was in it, right?
Yeah, but and also you have to watch now WandaVision to understand who the fuck she is.
Right. And that's bad writing. You know? I understand that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what they're doing. Yeah. And they're trying to get away from that because now, or at least give them enough information in the movie. Just like in Deadpool and Wolverine, you know, they introduced the TVA in there, which got introduced in Loki.
Right.
But they give you enough exposition in Deadpool and Wolverine where you don't have to go and watch Loki.
Which is good writing.
Which is good, you know. You understand the gist of it. You understand who they are without having to watch the other shows. Just like they didn't bring over like Owen Wilson or anybody from the TV show. They had their own branch, and they explained who they are pretty much in a quick little fucking 2-minute scene.
Yeah.
That was all the information you needed.
Yeah.
But that's not what they're doing most of the time. Most of the time, they're introducing like big hit characters or big lit stories that are going to lead into a movie. Where it's like, now you can't just walk into that movie if they don't give you the explanation or exposition and stuff like that. Now you have to go back and watch the other shit to understand what led up to this. Because they're like, who's Wanda's kids?
Right.
When the fuck did they come into this? You know, like, just it's like shit like that. So I think they're trying to get away from that where it's like,
well, if they made good shows, they wouldn't have to get away from it.
No, but you shouldn't have to watch a show to understand the movie.
Yeah. Like I said, I think you... If you could go see them, I think what they could do, like I said, it has to be really good writing. They just need you to, you could do the movie, give a 10-second thing on how to understand or who this character is, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then if there's something where they talk about, you would want to go back to the show and do it to watch it.
Like I'm not saying don't bring over the characters, but I'm saying don't bring over that story from the show.
Yeah, don't do that. Right. Yeah. I understand.
The characters are fine, but don't bring over something that happened in the TV show and try to continue it into the movie.
Well, like how they did, like I said, Thunderbolts, that little tiny scene that they did with
that was enough for him.
Yeah, that was enough.
But they didn't try to bring over his story of killing somebody and continue it into the movie and stuff like that.
And they still did a little background thing on when he got touched. They were like, okay,
what his trauma is and stuff like that. But just like in Captain America, the last one that came out, if all you saw was Endgame and then jumped into Captain America, the
New World Order
or whatever, you'd just think that like he just accepted the mantle,
yeah,
without having to go through all the hardship and everything from the TV show,
right.
And then when they try to bring that up in the show, you're like, when the fuck did he in the movie? What is he talking about? When did he ever go through this, or like when did this and that? And then you realize like, oh, there was an entire fucking like 8-episode arc directly leading into his decision to become Captain America and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it because I haven't seen it yet.
Right, it's on Disney Plus now, so you can watch
it. Is it?
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's one of those where they just did the whole, like, yeah, this is like he went through all this shit to become Iron Man. Oh, I'm sorry, Iron Man, become Captain America. So it's just like, I don't know. I can't really talk on it for it. But I don't know.
Well, you did see Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I seen what he went through. Last episode, stupid though.
But
I don't know. They're
yeah, and then you like.
It's like if you're gonna go see Superman, you know who Superman is. You have to kind of know a backstory on Superman, right? Because this is the comic book world. This is the comic world. This is the world where it's like you kind of have to know a little bit something on who you're gonna watch.
But the job of the movie is to have you go in there without any knowledge. Just like Guardians of the Galaxy, I didn't know anything about who they were before I saw the movie. But the movie did a good job of showing you and introducing you to these characters.
As a movie should.
As a movie should.
Right.
You know, which is what I think they've been failing on in Marvel with having the TV shows and then having the movie, because they're under the assumption that everybody watched the TV show.
Yeah.
Which is not the case, you know.
I understand that.
So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Just like in Hawkeye, at the end, Kate Bishop, like Hawkeye gives her the name Hawkeye. Now, imagine not having seen anything. The last thing you saw was Endgame and the movies that were leading up to it, which don't have anything to do with Hawkeye. And then Doomsday, she's in it, and now she's like, they're like, who the fuck are you? Like, oh, I'm Hawkeye. And then Jeremy Renner's or whatever is not there to explain, like, oh, yeah, this is my protege. You know, I worked her up, and now, like, she's going to be, you know.
But see, in that, she could be like, well, I worked with. She could do like a little thing of, I worked with him and he gave me the mantle. Basically, I'm his protege.
But that's just, I don't know. I think.
But that's just not. I like that, obviously. But they could kind of throw that in there, like, oh, okay, I understand who she is. The same with Black Widow. I didn't know who she. Yelena, who I didn't know who she was until she actually started talking more and fighting more, and I'm just like, okay.
But this wasn't a mantle. Like She was also just a Black Widow, just like all the other people in the program.
But now, but you kind of catch like, okay, this is Black Widow, like this not actual like this is not Scarlett Johansson Black Widow, but this is a Black Widow.
This is a Black Widow, like just like all the other ones, and stuff like that. But yeah, that's all I'm saying. But she was also introduced in a movie. You know, she was introduced in Black Widow.
Yeah, in Black Widow. I still haven't seen it yet.
I started watching it the other day. I couldn't finish it.
Damn.
Honestly.
I need to go back to watch. I want to go back to watching them. I want to go through all watching them. I know some are terrible to watch, but I want to do it because now I want to understand the more of the backstory behind it.
You know what I think we should do? I think we should watch all the movies post Endgame, give our ranking up until the last one. I think when Fantastic Four comes out, let's give our like ranking of all of them. That gives us enough. That gives us like 2 months to watch all the movies that we at least haven't seen.
Right.
That came out. But I think we have to end it here because my ride is here for church.
Oh shit! All
right. Spartan race. Are you gonna do it, or are you still thinking about it?
We'll talk more about it next week.
Okay. Well, I'm doing it. If anyone wants to join me, feel free. I've asked like everybody. Nobody's down. I asked Junior. He doesn't think he's ready. I've asked Chino. He doesn't think he's ready. I asked my cousin Sophia. She doesn't think she's ready. I even asked Sandy, and she was like, maybe, but I don't think she's gonna do it because everybody's scared for some reason and shit like that.
20 obstacles. That's it. It's only like 3.5 miles.
3.5 miles. Do it. Hit me up. The offer's out there for the table for anybody. I'll buy your ticket. Yeah, we're gonna end it here, guys. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for being here. Still did about an hour, so we're good.
Yep.
I'm gonna go to church now. He's got to go do some errands and stuff like that. And remember, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that, and we'll catch you guys next week.
Love y'all.
Bye.